Have you ever seen any headlights like this? In the past, we would see LED, AFS, ADB, and even screen on the front. But this one has all that and more. It has a projector. But can the car itself be just as unique? This is the Ito M9, a large SUV which is similar to the Merc GLS 580 in size, power, and product positioning. And after spending $1,500, it can become a Maybach GLS. What's more, all the software and electric parts were made by Huawei, except the battery from CATL. So I'm quite confident that the intelligence of the car will not let us down. So let's see if electric drive and smart software can make this big SUV truly luxury. I'm Harris. You're watching my review. From the look of it, we can see it still has many traditional design elements, like the chrome plating, size proportion, and a wheelbase to body length ratio even shorter than petrol GLS. Aside from the cameras and radars all over the body and the headlights and taillights that can speak, there's very few EV elements. But I feel that compared to those flashy, bold, unorthodox EV designs, this more traditional style might actually be more appealing to some customers. And this interior is not an understated style at all, although its design, materials, and color palette still similar to that of a traditional luxury car. The huge triple screen clearly shows that this is a smart EV, and the Harmony OS it runs on can also connect with Huawei phones, truly creating a seamless experience. If you are interested in this system, feel free to check our previous video, Avatar 11. Speaking of screens, you will be surprised by how many displays there are in the car. We got a huge head-up display that projects navigation info in front of the driver, and in the back, we got a foldable 32-inch screen, paired with yet another, well you guessed it, projector. I get it, dear product manager, you've made it pretty obvious that you have a thing for them. Now we got the screens all set up. What's left is the seats. Since NIO came up with the name of Queen seats, it's been popping up in SUVs everywhere, including this M9. And it's got everything like footrest, leg rest, one-button recline, and even exclusive storage compartment. But what do you know? It can also do this. Now the fancy passenger seat become a humble footrest for the back row. Then the even fancier right second seat steals the show. It does this cool transformation and becomes a dentist seat, setting up a perfect environment for the massive projector screen. What's more, if you're having a phone call in the back, the active noise cancellation can prevent people in the front from hearing you. That is what we call the ultimate private. But to get this cinema-like experience, you've got to give up a few things. Firstly, since this car doesn't have a digital review mirror, when the screen drops down, the review is completely blocked. So there's a pop-up window on the center display to fix this. Secondly, the screen's position is a bit awkward. When the front seats are too far back, it actually interferes with the screen. So if you want to use it while moving, the driver's height should ideally be under 5'9". Lastly, the projector is also installed in an awkward spot. While the overall space in the back is decent, the back seat passenger need to be careful when moving around. Ow! To put it simply, if you want to use this projector without problem, it's best not to be friends with someone who's tall. But what if everyone in the car is tall and still wants to watch something on some screens? What should we do? Well, Ito, backed by Huawei, has a smart solution. Stick a tablet behind the first and second row seats. Just pop a Huawei MatePad onto the magnetic slot. The pad can not only be an entertainment screen, but also an interface for the car. And there you go, everyone is happy. Alright, after all this, let's see how it drives. Number-wise, 496 horsepower, 675 Nm of torque. Although the car is very heavy, about 2.6 tons, the powerful dual motors can make the Auto 100 time under 5 seconds. Plus, it has both the battery and the range extender, so it can have a WLTP range of more than 1,200 kilometers. And if you go for the all-electric version, you can hit 100 kph in just 4.3 seconds. In terms of the chassis, It's got a single-chamber air suspension (CTC), front double wishbone and rear multi-link, and an all-aluminum suspension setup. In China, any car from the new forces priced over 55 grand all has this level of hardware. Moreover, in the future, the M9 will also have an OTA upgrade for something called the pre-aim system, using ADAS sensing hardware to achieve a driving quality similar to the Magic Carpet ride. But don't think it's just a soft, squishy family car. Despite the soft suspension, the body is rigid. Pick the right mode, and you can still use it as an off-roader. However, much like the previous Xpeng X9, the driving experience isn't the most crucial aspect, because it can also drive itself. Far ahead is a phrase often said by Richard Yu, CEO of Huawei's car business unit. Although it's more like a meme now, when it comes to Huawei's ADAS, it's not an exaggeration tool. With ADS 2.0, the M9 now has a capability to navigate city roads without an HD map. Moreover, with the help of environment visualization, its perception ability has reached an unprecedented level. It's not just sensing the environment, it's practically rendering in real time. Sure, some turns and evasive maneuvers still seem a bit rough, but gotta admit, it's already better than some human drivers out there. Since Range Rover's success, the definition of luxury SUVs has been crystal clear: big size, large engine, and loads of wood and leather. But in the era of EV, how should we set a new standard for luxury SUVs? At least in China, this M9 is a great example. Even with some immature aspects in the details, Huawei is sending a message to the automotive industry that technology is the new standard for luxury. And we reckon that this M9 is exactly what intelligent mobile space should be like in the eyes of tech giant like Huawei. If Google was gonna make an SUV, it could be something like this.